We're sharing our crushes today. Hi, I'm Kelly Wilkness with Anita Joyce, and this is Decorating Tips and Tricks. This is episode 305, and you can find the show notes for today's episode at decoratingtipsandtricks.com/305. I have a lot of new crushes, I must admit.
Me
and
too.
It's close to Valentine's Day, so I guess it's appropriate.
Yeah, but are you going to write a Valentine's Day to your favorite decor table,
Well,
artwork?
maybe I am. Yeah, I have a few new things going on at the house that I'm excited to tell everybody about.
Oh, well, good. Well, I can't wait to hear about them. I'll let you start. What's your favorite thing right now?
Well, I got that chaise that I ordered, and the more I thought about it, the more and more excited I was about adding it to my living room. So it's this very different styled piece of furniture, but I think it does. I'm not even thinking about it anymore because it's here and it is working. It's this black leather chaise that has this really curvy, lovely lines, and it's very streamlined. It kind of has this Bauhaus look to it. The Bauhaus Barcelona chair, if anybody is familiar with that, it was created, I think it was back in the 60s by Ludwig Mies van der Rohe and Lily Reich. And this chair is very similar in look to that. I think their chair was actually chair and a chaise, chair and an ottoman, and mine is a chaise. So it has this look to it. But as you know, I have this sort of French, old worldy look, and all the Victorian elements in my moldings and things like that going on in my living room. But wow, does this piece add just the edge that I was looking for in this room?
Well, and that feels very Parisian loft to me because I've seen.
Oh, thank you.
it does, because I saw the beautiful moldings, the tall ceilings. Just the old world feel of a room. And it seems like when I was in Paris and the place that we stayed, that was the room. It was just incredibly luscious. And there was this black leather couch in there. It just seems like,
stop it. Really?
Yes, they all seem to have a leather sofa in them and very sleek and modern. And with the backdrop, the juxtaposition, we talk about that all the time, of this very formal, very old world feeling on the wall. So I think you're nailing it.
Oh,
so
wow.
Do you have a picture? I don't think
No,
I've seen
I don't
this
have
yet.
a picture yet because it isn't completed. This other end of my living room has been in transition since we got here.
Are you going to have a link for us? So where did you get it? Do tell.
I got it well, it's All Modern was who makes it, but it was through Wayfair, and it was such a good deal. I think it was one of these January deals. Wow. They said they only had 8 left. Who knows? Maybe they, bring some more out of the warehouse. But anyway, I don't know, but I can put the link in the show notes and everybody can see it. But I don't have pictures in my house yet because I want to get a big plant, and then I need to get a mirror, which I found one that I think I'm going to pull the trigger on, and I'll talk about that as well. So I'm going to make this area the chaise, then is probably going to have maybe one of my little Florentine side tables next to it to really butt those two looks up against each other. And then one of those very ornately carved Victorian Albert chairs that I have talked about and that people have seen on my blog. One of those will be over there. So it'll be another conversation area. But I think instead of just having the two chairs pushed against the wall and then a table in between of them, where nobody was going to sit there, unless you were waiting for a bus. Why would you sit up against the wall like that? It was just not a space that was inviting. It looked nice, but it just really wasn't appealing. So I'm hoping that once this all comes together, that people will go and grab a book and sit over there, or I'll read a magazine over there, or I could even bring my computer. So I think it's going to work out great.
Oh, wow.
So that's my biggest crush. So yeah.
Well, I have a crush of something that I haven't quite bought yet, but it is in my cart. And by the time this episode goes live, I should have already purchased it because I don't want to wait till after the episode because I want to make sure there's one left for me. You know how that works sometimes. But there is a beautiful linen wall hanging I saw of this Swedish home, and I thought that would just be perfect above my bed. Because it's about 80 inches wide, 40 inches tall, and it's kind of an old-fashioned drawing.
Oh, you have to describe this more. Okay, so it's on linen, and so it's on linen, framed.
No. So it's like a wall hanging, or I don't know how it's going to hang, but it's like a loose piece of fabric,
right?
And so I'm not really sure how it attaches to the wall, but it's a print of this Swedish home on the countryside, but it looks like it was drawn in the 1700s or something, but it's kind of, there's the water, and it's probably based on a very, very old print of a house.
That sounds so interesting.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
So where did you find this?
I found it at Wisteria. And it's on sale. That's what I'm saying.
That doesn't sound like a wisteria thing. Like, because a lot of their stuff kind of tends to like more of I don't know. I don't want to say tribal, but they do kind of a lot of that look,
They do tribal. They do Gustavian. And my heart flutters over the Gustavian things. Yeah. They have a little bit of French, but yes, and tribal. And it's a lovely mix of all of them and some French. So that's another, thing where I see that they do a great job of bringing together these very diverse, ethnic pieces together that work quite well.
Yeah, they do. Really, I always, even if I'm not in the market to buy something, I flip through their catalog just to get ideas.
Oh, I have several wisteria things in my home, definitely.
So now it's not going to come with some sort of pocket for a rod or something. How are you? Well, I didn't.
Well, I don't know. I'm sure it's all. I need to look a little closer at that, but I'm sure they've got that figured out. There might be a rod. I didn't look that closely because I had to get on the computer to record with you. So I just put it in my cart and then had to leave it.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what I'm thinking about is now I'm going to have to add a little bit more. Modern's really not the right word, but something a little glammier, maybe a little sleeker to the other side of my living room to balance it out. Right.
So that. Yeah, because sometimes, so what you're saying is sometimes when you have just one element, if you add something to your room that's very different from everything else, so you have a contemporary element, the rest of the room is very traditional. So you don't want it to look out of place, so you want to repeat that at least one other place in the room.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay.
Thank you. You need to come with me everywhere. Just whatever she says. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm thinking, because otherwise it's going to look like, wow, did someone just give you that chair and you decided to toss it on the other side of your living room? Even though, because I'm seeing the look as complete. Right now, I know it isn't complete. That's why I'm not showing you any pictures of my blog yet or my YouTube, because I'm not ready. So what I need to do is pull a little bit of that around. So I'm looking around. I'm saying, okay, so something a little edgy, something interesting, but not all the way out there and modern, because it has to just be right. And it's like one of those things, you just know it when you see it. So,
well, I want to mention Kelly has a fabulous YouTube channel, and we'll link it up in the show notes. You've got to watch it, and then when she gets when she'll be showing a video of it, right? You're going to
yeah. Definitely we'll make a video of this.
All right.
Yeah, everybody should come over. It's fun. So I was on a plane recently, and as Anita knows, I do some of my best work on a plane because I have all this time to imagine. And when she lands, my books.
When she lands, there's a huge to-do list for me.
Exactly. I always
every time
I needed to do.
So I'm like, oh, please don't go anywhere this weekend.
So I was recently on a cross-country trip on a plane, and I had all this time to look for this piece. So I found this lamp. I think it was in maybe Veranda, one of the higher end magazines, maybe House Beautiful. And I was like, oh, this is the lamp. Well, here's the problem when you get a crush. Yes. So I was crushing on this lamp and it just had, the little description, like whatever number it was, number 5, lamp by blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't tell you how much the lamp is.
Now, where was it? Did you say?
I think it was in one of the magazines. It was either Veranda
in a magazine. Oh, got it.
Beautiful, And so they just give you the little description. So you're like, oh, good. At least I can find it. But they don't tell you how much it is or anything.
It's going to be at least 500 if it's in Veranda.
Oh, well, hold on to your hat, sister. Okay. It's a Kelly Wurstler lamp. And I mean, she is a very high-end designer and she does edgy like nobody else. And she can combine things in beautiful ways. And it's by Circle Lighting. Okay. The lamp is so perfect, but it was $1,200. I mean, I'm sorry, Kelly, even though we're namesakes, I cannot spend $1,200 on a lamp. You guys know I like to thrift my lamps and spray paint them. So there's no way, even if somebody gave me $1,200 and said, go buy yourself this lamp, I would be like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think there's a threshold. And if the lamp is not worth a certain amount, it's not going to show up in that magazine at all.
Right.
Yeah, that's a little rich for me. Right. I don't spend that much on my lamps.
The lamp had this black base. It was kind of like, almost looked like stone, but it was like kind of had this very organic feel to it. It wasn't smooth. And then what really drove it home for me and put me over the edge into this crush was the gold metal shade.
Oh,
a metal shade.
Haven't seen that I haven't seen that in a while.
Isn't that cool? Like not foil, like metal.
Right.
So that is now because my one crush was just too pricey, I've decided, okay, my crush really is the gold metal shade. So I found some gold metal shades.
Did you?
Yeah. They have Anthropology has one for $68, which, that's fine for a lampshade that you're going to have a big crush on.
Yeah.
And then I could put it on a spray painted black lamp. So that's the road I think I'm taking. So
sweet. Well, look at you. What a great idea. I mean, you really took that look and made it your own with a much more reasonable price point.
Right. So I haven't purchased it yet. And by the time I do the show notes in this, I might have other metal shades that I could link so you guys can have an idea. And maybe I'll find even a less expensive one. So that is, I think that, and then just maybe a few little accessories that just are a little bit edgier. I'll add into a vignette or two. And I think that will just be enough to make the chaise work in the living room. And because I'll have these different little spots around the room that make sense with it.
That sounds fabulous. And I love my traditional stuff. And so the other thing that I was looking at Wisteria, thinking very seriously about, are some tables that look like columns or kind of pedestals.
Oh yeah.
I have one now in my study, but there are some big ones. They're about 2 feet wide that I thought, maybe I could use 2 of those for a coffee table.
Oh.
So yeah. So those were on sale too. I think those were on part of the sale.
Now, would you put something across them, or are you just going to have them as
think
two
maybe
tables
just
next to each other?
I might. Well, I'm not sure I'm going to do this, but that's something that I would definitely like. We have around, we don't. To be honest with you, I mean, this is really honest about the way we live. We don't put anything. I mean, the only thing we put on our coffee table is our feet. I mean, without shoes, but we use an ottoman. But the problem is the ottoman we have is on wheels. And so it's fine with just one person, but with 2 people, you feel the ottoman at some point slipping. It's going away from you.
Okay. So like you're getting a core workout when you're like, I'm holding my feet of the ottoman and Evie's pushing the other side.
Yeah. At some point there's the command, pick your feet up. And then we pull the ottoman closer.
So funny.
So yeah, it's quite the workout. So I'm thinking maybe we should go with something stationary and master that first, because the wheels really seem kind of advanced and we're not really, we're not ready for that, clearly. So I was thinking maybe 2, because one is going to be, it's 2 feet by 2 feet. That's not big enough for a sofa.
And what are they made of? Are they stone-ish?
They look like stone, but I was kind of, I didn't have a lot of time. So I was just, I love this. I love this. I didn't really get a chance to check all that out. But I know the other one I have is probably ceramic, but made to look like it's stone. Or I don't even know. It's some sort of pottery, maybe I should say.
Okay.
But they're, I don't know. I'm just really drawn to the pedestals, the columns. Just beautiful.
Yeah. And I think that goes with so many looks too. So, I mean, it's so classic. Is it like a Doric column? Like the
I don't
column?
know which one's which. That's which one. I don't.
Oh, I just sound like a big shot. I don't really know either. I think that's just the one that's kind of has the swirl on the edge, and then it's
some of I don't think it's the one that has the curly cues on the ends. I think that one may be the Doric, and I think this maybe is it the Corinthian. I don't know. I'm sure I'll be corrected. So I don't know. I will put it in the show notes, and then you can decide for yourself.
Okay, then we'll figure it out.
Yes.
Here's a little thing that I really love. I think I might have mentioned that I had ordered it. I don't remember what episode we might have been in because we were talking about salt. And so this salt cellar came up. Do you remember? I can't recall, but I recall saying something that I saw this and I was going to get it.
I think you did say something about a salt cellar.
Oh my gosh. I got this little marble salt cellar and it is so beautiful. It looks so pretty in my kitchen and it's so useful. I can't remember. We were talking about something because I keep. No,
is it just look like a marble bowl or does it have a lid or what's
No, it has a lid. It's this pretty, like a Carrara marble colors, grays and whites. And it's probably, maybe 3.5 inches wide. And it's like a little stout, like little cup almost, and has a pretty little edge on the bottom. And then it has this really cute top that sits right in it, like inset with a self knob that's made of marble as well. So the whole thing is the marble. And I know we have been talking about something about silver and maybe it was ways to use your silver. And you said about not leaving the spoon in the salt in your silver.
Well, I think the salt will eat away at silver.
Right. And here I am keeping my Maldon flaky sea salt that I love in a silver creamer. And I'm
Did you have a problem? When you took it out, was it okay?
It was fine. But I wonder if maybe it's because it's so dry here. But I want, you made a very good point, which I never even dawned on me. Like, maybe that's not good. If it's eating away in it, maybe it's getting into my salt. But then you tell me silver's good for you. So I really didn't know what to do. But anyway, I decided to buy this little item and I love it. And it looks so pretty on my counter. And the thing is, what's really nice about it is that the lid, it doesn't have a silicone bit to it or anything, but it sits really tight. So it really is closed up. Whereas, I don't even know if the lid that I had going with my little silver thing was actually its original lid. It was kind of a little wonky. It looked pretty, but I don't think that was probably the best thing to be using it for. So if anybody also is a sea salt user or they enjoy like a finishing salt and you want to have a salt cellar, or I guess you could use regular salt in it too, I would highly suggest this one. It is so pretty.
Oh, but why not put a finishing salt in it?
And why not?
Yeah. I have some, I don't even know where that is, but yeah, I have a beautiful salt. I have some lovely finishing salt in a little kind of crockery from France. It actually had tea in it at one time. It's got the lid, but that's what I have my salt in now.
Yeah, that's so pretty. And, it's just like a super little thing. And it was really inexpensive. I mean, if it was more than $10, I'd be surprised. So I hope I'm not surprised.
And where did you get it?
That's Amazon.
Oh,
yeah.
What a great place.
So
yeah.
And every time I look at it on my counter, I'm like, gosh, I really like that. So that's my little crush right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And I like having things like that are just small that you can get. So my other thing, this is kind of a category. I'm really into the animal prints. And remember, I wanted the house shoes that you said that really I should call them slippers.
No. I didn't say you should, sweetheart. I just said that was so cute because I had never heard of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a
my grandmother, I told you, did carpet slippers, but house shoes is so cute.
Oh, okay. So I found some they're meant to be loafers that you wear outside, but they've got the rubber sole. We were you were suggesting birdies, but they were out of stock. So I found some that are actually meant to be, used outside the house, but they're leopard print and they're just beautiful. I got them. They're comfy and they're fabulous, but it just kind of made me think about how I'm really loving animal print things right now and about how I'm just kind of wanting to add some animal prints back in my house. I had some a while back and now I want to add a little bit more.
Don't you just love a great recommendation from a friend? Well, we're delighted to be recommending these companies and their wonderful products to you today. And let them know your friends at DTT sent you. Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but oh so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. You know, we're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And that deal I want to tell you about, visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. BritBox just keeps getting better. The new Archie is amazing. And it's not the comics. It's about Cary Grant. Archie is the brand new limited series starring Jason Isaacs as Archie Leach, the man who became Cary Grant. From the award-winning screenwriter of Philomena, Archie tells Grant's born in Britain, made in Hollywood story, the dramatic grit to glamour transformation that led him to become one of the most famous people in the world. You are going to absolutely love the acting, but also the styling, the outfits, the scenery. It's the first time his story has been told in collaboration with his daughter Jennifer Grant and ex-wife Diane Cannon. The performances from Jason Isaacs and the rest of the cast are amazing, and it's only available on BritBox. So sign up for BritBox today to stream Archie and other fan favorites from any device. And we have a special limited time offer for our U.S. and Canadian listeners. Get 50% off, yes, that's 50% off your first month when you sign up for a monthly plan. But only if you go to BritBox.com and use our promotion code DTT at checkout. You're going to love Archie. So head over right now and get 50% off your first month of BritBox. Use the promotion code DTT at BritBox.com. I want to remind you that we are available for design consults. We take on your design dilemmas, questions, renovations, any project you want to talk about, any room, any space. We are here for you. And we really do enjoy doing these. And I think we've helped people a lot. So if you want to sign up for a consult, head to the link in the show notes. It's decoratingtipsandtricks.com/consult. We hope to talk to you soon. Okay, here's something. You know, we always say you really should have personal things in your home, and I know you all do. But here's something that you might not have considered that can add such a beautiful personal touch. I had Edith's portrait done. Oh. No, not my mother-in-law, but she would be beautiful in a portrait as well. But a portrait of our dog Edith was done, and I had it done for Peter for Christmas by a friend of mine that I met on Instagram. She has done Emmett a couple of years ago, and I thought we definitely have to have Edith. And now, you know, I have Eve, so we're going to have her done soon. But oh my goodness, the way that Edith is captured, painted? I think Juls uses pastels, and it's so
it's a drawing.
It's a drawing, and it's so lovely. And she captures your pet's spirit. I mean, the one that is Emmett is so Emmett, and the one that is Edith, just her personality just jumps right off the page. So I'm going to put a link to that, to Juls' Instagram account. That's where she has a lot of all her dog portraits are on ourgentlemadness.art. So I'll put that, and her regular Instagram is Our Gentle Madness. So I will, give you links to all that so you can see. But Oh my goodness. So we have them in the small office in the house, and that's the only place I've actually done like a little bit of a gallery wall. It's small. So it's the two of their prints, 8x10s, and then just a couple little things around them.
Well, it's
fantastic.
interesting. How many paintings do you have of Peter in your house?
That would be none.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm bringing that up is because I saw some statistic that people show more pictures of their pets on Facebook than their spouse. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm guilty of that.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I don't really put anything personal on Facebook. It's all really about just, I guess it's personal because it's my house, but it's really about my soulful home. So I don't really put Peter or my kids. Peter's not into that anyway. He's a behind the scenes kind of guy. Yeah. Same here. Do not show a picture of me on your stuff. Don't even mention me. Just sit
it's like I don't
with
exist.
The animal print pillow, Kevin. Go ahead. Come on, it's so cute when you push the ottoman away. Let me take a photo of you. Maybe a video. Okay, I have another thing that I tripped upon. If anybody's looking for really big, well-made mirrors, I have been searching for my client, Julie, who lives in New York City, and I just adore her. And she has a brownstone in New York, and we needed a very, very big mirror that needed to have some, certainly not just substantial size, but it had to have a really nice frame because she has this incredible molding. It's an old brownstone. So you can imagine she's got the molding that she has. It's flanked on either side with these marble fireplaces. It's just a gorgeous home. And so we wanted to put a mirror so, it would just reflect all the beautiful things that are going on in the room. And so I'm looking all over the place and, oh my gosh, those kinds of mirrors that are ornate, unless you find them at a flea market or like at a consignment store, it's when you're buying them online and then you have to ship them, they're very expensive.
Yes. We have some oversized mirrors, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I was looking at all these places and I kept coming up with like First Dibs. Does anyone know about that? It's like an online auction and it's beautiful to look at, but their prices are very expensive.
They're a little pricey. Yeah, right. I agree.
And so I saw a mirror. I was like $2,500 and said, okay. And I know some people are like, oh, don't shop on Amazon. But here's the thing about Amazon. There are a lot of small companies on Amazon now. So
I think it really depends on what you're. Some things I would never buy on Amazon, but other things I do.
Well, this is something I would never think I would buy on Amazon, a giant mirror with a gilded frame. But it's a company that has been in business. It's a family company. It's been in business for a long time. They have all their information there. You can learn about them. And they make these giant mirrors with their gorgeous handmade frames in pretty much every size you can imagine.
Oh, wow.
For a very reasonable price for such a large piece that is going to make such an impact and be such a wow piece in your room. So we were looking at a very, very large one that was just a little over $500. And, believe me, for that size mirror with shipping, that was a pretty great deal.
Oh, great. Well, and did you get it yet? Did you order it yet?
No. So it's, it's not going to me. It's going to her. But I think I'm going to get one now to go buy the chaise.
Oh, that would be nice. Are you going to do a leaner?
I'm totally crushing on this company. And they have all different kinds of styles frames too. So I could put the link in the show notes there. It's just a good resource to have because sometimes when you need a mirror, sometimes it has to be a very particular size to do the job. And these people will make them almost, I bet even if you contacted them, they might make it to order. They have so many variety of sizes, so you'd probably be able to find what you wanted right online.
Well, and interestingly, you're speaking of mirrors and clients, because I was just meeting with my client Tracy last week, and this is kind of a follow-up. I had helped her actually a couple of years ago in a previous house, and she was showing me this arched mirror that she bought at Ballard Designs, and it was one that I had suggested for her. It's actually 3 pieces.
I have that one.
Right. The 2 rectangular ones and the arch piece on top. And I saw it in her house and it was stunning. And I'll include the links to that because that is really another beautiful mirror, but you can't use it as, I don't know, you might not be able to use it as a leaner because it is 3 pieces together, but that's so big. I'm not sure I'd want to do a leaner anyway, because that would be bad if that one fell.
Well, let me tell you about that mirror because I have
Yes.
had it.
Yeah.
And
It's
let me tell you,
gorgeous.
it's beyond a crush. It is a go and steady mirror.
Yes.
And, you know, Ballard has been going steady with this mirror for years because I had it. I bought it for our house in San Marino when we first moved in. And so that was 15 years ago. And it's still in every single
It's still
catalog.
classic. It's still gorgeous.
And here's the thing about it. I got compliments on it every time somebody came into my house. And because it's in 3 pieces and it's metal, so it almost looks like the factory metal doors that I love so much, but it's in a mirror form and it's really well made. It's very heavy. So, you know, you have to be careful when you hang it. But now I used it in 2 different places. I took the arch and I put it in the studio upstairs at the podcast studio where I am above a window. So it makes
Oh, you
it look
took
like
it
the
apart?
windows are bigger. Yeah, because it isn't attached. I mean, you just hang it next to each other. Then the two pieces that are just the rectangles, I put side by side, and that is the entryway of our barn. So when you open up the sliding glass doors, that's what you see. So it reflects the garden.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's, and so if you bought that for a particular house, you could break it apart. You could even use it in 3 different places.
Yeah. And there's one that I think is a one piece that is at Soft Surroundings too. That's just as gorgeous. And I don't know how the prices are different. They're both very similar, but it's oversized.
That's a beautiful one too.
Now I did a smaller version as part of my collection at Soft Surroundings. And that one is the one that you have. That's only maybe.
And I still have to hang it up, but I know exactly where it's going.
Right. But that one's about 20 inches wide, but
Yeah.
like 60 some inches tall or something.
Yes,
So that's
it's
a
very
nicer.
tall.
Yeah, that's
So
a
pretty.
smaller size if you're looking for something smaller, and we'll include the links for that one. But that's part of my collection at Soft Surroundings. But you know, the thing, probably the piece in my collection of Soft Surroundings, the one that I really feel like has made the biggest difference in my house are the botanical prints. Because they're oversized and they have so much color in them. And, you know, you and I have neutrals in our house. Now we have color, but not a lot. So when you add the color back in, it seems to really make a difference. And I had some neutral architectural prints in my breakfast room, but when I added these botanical prints, it just brought the space to life. And anyway, we'll include links there. But
I
those
so
are,
agree because I got to see those in person, and I didn't even know they were part of your collection when I got there. And they really jump out at you in a good way. They're beautiful.
Yeah,
Really
I think part of it too is the size.
Yes.
So even if you were to go somewhere else, I think it's really key to get that larger size.
Go ahead, clean out your closet, then head straight to Quinn's. I love every item Quince offers, from wardrobe to decor, and I can really recommend their ultra stretch super wide leg pant at $49.90. The price is unbeatable and the look is so flattering. It keeps you in on top and flares out of the bottom. Everything feels right with Quince. The price, the quality, and the sustainability. Quince offers a range of luxury wardrobe and home goods at prices within reach. And like Quince's clothing, their home goods are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. Once you've cleaned out your closet and refreshed with Quince, you can also add something to your home decor. So give your wardrobe and your home the refresh it needs with Quince. Go to quince.com/DTT to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/DTT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/DTT. And let me know how you love those pants. Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfasts, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. Yeah, bigger's better.
I know. And, growing up, my dad was just, if there were 3 sizes of some food item, we always ordered the largest size. And so it just really kind of stuck with me. I mean, I always
You're just a supersized me family.
Oh my gosh. I don't.
Now.
I can't. I do not order large food for myself anymore. That was just
It's a better value, Nita Jean.
But from a decor standpoint, usually the smaller size is kind of just easy it just gets lost. But if you get the larger size of whatever the item is, it seems to really make a statement.
Yes, I agree.
So my dad was right about that, but don't buy the large to eat.
Unless you're really hungry.
That's right, unless you're super hungry.
Well, you know what has made an incredible impact at our dear listener Tarryn's home? Tarryn lives in South Africa, and she found us I think when we first started podcasting, and has been with us a long time. We talked about her coffee area down in her basement in her house. I mean, I feel like I've been into her house because I've seen so many lovely pictures of it, and it is quite beautiful. Mm-hmm. But here's something where we wanted to bring this to everyone's attention, not only because of the incredible job that Tarryn did, but because she was inspired by not Anita and I, but by another listener who we shared her DIY on the podcast.
So clever.
So clever. So here are these 2 women doing this cool thing, inspired by each other. So Jamie, I hope you're listening. You're the gal who, when we talked about, you could paint your backsplash. Of course, I never painted my backsplash. I just knew you could. Anita, I don't believe, has ever painted a backsplash.
Nope. No, I have not.
You could. And we gave this suggestion. And you, I believe, happened to be out walking your dog or something. And you said you gave a little skip because that's what you were thinking about doing, or you may have even begun the process of doing that. So anyway, Jamie did it. She painted her backsplash. She did an amazing job. We shared the details with all of you on the podcast. And I did get a few emails right away after that episode came out. Can you please send me the pictures? Because Jamie had sent pictures. So I did share the pictures, and Tarryn took that ball and ran with it. She painted her tile, which was not even just a backsplash. It went all the way up, and it was big tiles. She painted them this lovely white. It completely, as Jamie said, transformed the look of her kitchen. Fantastic.
And did you mention she's in South Africa?
I did mention that.
So yes, they're gorgeous. She did a fabulous job. So we love seeing your photos.
Oh my gosh. And we're just having so much fun sharing in all Tarryn's excitement and Jamie's excitement about really transforming a room with paint, and that, being a little bold and taking a risk, because I think both of their husbands were like, I don't know about that. What if it doesn't go well? And I know both of their husbands gave them the big high five and thought that they did a great job. I think Tarryn said her husband said she nailed it. So the kitchen looks really great. We're so proud of both of you. And if anybody else has taken the plunge and painted their backsplash based on Jamie's suggestion and her bit of a tutorial that we shared with you guys, please send us some photos. We would love to see, and we can spread the backsplash love even further.
Yeah. And that was one of the most popular DIYs that we've talked about. We've got so many people asking for the pictures of her backsplash. So that's very popular.
Really good job. So yeah, so fun. So that we didn't really do a question today. We just wanted to do like a shout out and a thumbs up to these ladies for doing that. So This was so fun. I definitely have a bunch of crushes, and I'm working them into my life.
Both do.
I'm trying to juggle all my crushes, so to speak. And speaking of, Valentine's Day is coming up, so we hope you all have something fun planned for Valentine's Day. And if you don't, that's okay too. Some people don't even do the Valentine's Day
or
thing.
Galentine's Day.
Or Galentine's Day.
Today.
Yeah. So thanks so much for hanging out with us. We are here to inspire you to create a beautiful home. Until next time.